The steering assist fault service required is a very common problem for the Ford vehicles. And there are actually two problems that may cause this warning on the dash of your car. And the first problem is the steering angle sensor. And I hope this is your problem, because the sensor is pretty cheap and replacing this sensor will not take a lot of time, and if you decide to do it in the dealership, it will not cost you a fortune. But unfortunately, the more common problem is the EPAS, which is electronic power assisted steering. Unfortunately, this means that you will need to replace the entire steering rack with the power steering. In the majority of Ford vehicles equipped with the electric power steering, this may start glitching at about 100 km/h and it will die at about 150 km/h. So this is just a defective steering rack, but you are out of warranty when this happens, so it's all about your money to repair it. Usually this starts when you see this message, steering assist fault service required, randomly. You see this message, then you turn the car off, turn it on, and the message is gone, and you drive and there is no problem with the steering control. But then you start seeing this warning more often and more often, and suddenly it may give you some other warnings and you may lose the steering power assist. So you will not be able to control your car on the road. This is pretty dangerous actually. Now the problem is that replacing the steering rack is very expensive. In a Ford Fusion or Ford Mondeo in Europe, for example, it may cost you about $1,500 or euros depending on where you are. So the steering rack is expensive and the labor is expensive. And if you are under warranty, you are very lucky, this will be replaced for free, but in most cases this is not under warranty and you will have to buy this. In this case, I know in Europe a lot of Ford owners buy used steering racks from scrapyards. They get it for 300-400 euros, and the replacement labor is not that expensive in an independent repair shop. But you should understand that this is kind of a lottery. You will never know how good that steering rack is and how long it can last. So before you decide to invest some money in repairing this problem, check for two other reasons that are not really common, but sometimes they may help. So you may need to check the 12-volt battery and the alternator, the charging system. Check if this electrical system in your car works properly, because if something is wrong with it, you may see all kinds of random messages and random things may fail because of voltage anomalies. So make sure everything is okay with the alternator and with the battery and with the connections. And the second thing you may try doing, you may find the electrical connections on the steering rack and unplug this connection. So unplug the connection, start the car, let it work for several seconds, turn off the car and plug this connection back. This way you may try to reset these steering rack brains, and sometimes this may help you at least to prolong the life of the steering rack.